everyone, and welcome to today's explainer. Today, we're taking a super focused, laser-sharp approach to a very specific topic. We are exploring what it really means to unpack a single astrological sign at the absolute highest level. We're totally moving past all those vague generalizations you're probably used to, and we're looking at what happens when you commit to a rigorous, genuinely advanced deep dive into the sign of Libra. So instead of just skimming the surface like a daily horoscope, we are literally going to break down the mechanics of this specific astrological framework. Let's just jump right in. Advanced Astrology Zodiac Sign Deep Dive for Sign of Libra. Okay, this exact phrase, this single premise, is the absolute boundary for our entire exploration today. Rather than pulling from generalized daily reads or broad pop astrology lore, we are anchoring ourselves entirely to this exact concept. It signals this immediate, massive shift away from casual entertainment, and it promises a highly structured, intensive study into the absolute complexities of this one specific zodiac placement. Which honestly brings up a super fascinating question. What actually happens when we move beyond the basics and go truly advanced? Well, in the realm of astrology, moving into advanced territory means you have to leave behind those simple, one-size-fits-all sun sign personality traits. You're forced to look at the actual mechanics under the hood. We're talking planetary transits, specific house placements, ruling planets, decans, and all the intricate aspects forming within a natal chart. It's a total commitment to complexity and nuance, and it gives us a much, much richer understanding of these astrological influences.
To really get this, we have to look at the contrast between basic and advanced astrology because it's an absolute game changer. Basic, casual astrology is incredibly broad, right? It's that quick, bite-sized read telling you that as a Libra, you simply value balance and harmony. But in advanced framework, that implies a totally different ecosystem. It means analyzing how Libra's cardinal air nature actually functions in practice. It means examining its relationship with a Venus detriment, or looking at how it acts as an initiating, driving force rather than just being some passive peacemaker. This elevated approach literally transforms the topic from a basic overview into a serious structural analysis. And pulling off that kind of analysis requires a very specific methodology, a true deep dive. This means looking way underneath the obvious, peeling back all those layers, and uncovering the hidden mechanics. A real deep dive into a sign goes way beyond just listing out its positive traits. It means we have to explore the shadow side. We have to look at the subconscious drives and the incredibly multifaceted ways this energy manifests in real time. It's an exhaustive approach, and it demands that we engage with the actual nuances of the sign rather than just relying on the stereotypes. So, when you deconstruct this premise, you start to see exactly how these core concepts interact with one another. We've got the authoritative tone of an advanced approach, which is grounded firmly in actual zodiac mechanics. Then, we pair that with an immersive deep dive methodology and direct all of that energy at one highly specific destination. When you apply this kind of rigorous framework specifically to an air sign, you really start to see how intellectual, social, and communicative patterns are systematically built from the ground up. Synthesizing these pillars lets us understand the sign on a fundamental, almost architectural level. And all of this concentrated analysis funnels directly into one target: Libra. So what makes Libra such a wildly compelling subject for this level of rigorous study? Well, it's the sign of the scales, right? It's constantly seeking equilibrium in an otherwise chaotic chart. Because it's governed by Venus, it deals heavily with things like aesthetics, relationships, and justice. But, and this is crucial, as a cardinal sign, it is also a massive initiator of action. Applying an advanced astrological lens to Libra reveals that it isn't just a seeker of peace. It's an active, dynamic force that is constantly calculating and recalibrating the world around it. After breaking down the structure and the promise of this whole approach, it really leaves us with one final thought. Are you ready to experience this advanced deep dive into the sign of Libra? Looking at astrology through this advanced lens yields so much more value than surface-level horoscopes ever could. It absolutely challenges us to see the deep underlying currents that shape how we understand the zodiac. And, when we truly unpack the complexities of the scales, we really have to ask ourselves, is true astrological balance ever actually achieved, or is Libra simply the eternal, advanced act of balancing? Thank you so much for joining me today for this explainer, and as always, keep analyzing and keep seeking that deeper understanding.